And hello again. Long time no see, huh? Well, it seemed that when I finished the last recording, the stream, the flow, wasn't finished. So I've got the shortest written journal in the world, and I'll finish it up live. Okay, this is the second for today, 3/17, Mayan Day 9 Eagle. Well, the flow is coming now, and the conversion of the video I just recorded is still ongoing. Well, that takes up too much processing power, so written it will have to be for this second one too, at least for part of it. I turned the camera on, but it was acting strangely, delayed response, and I don't want to invite odd video happenings. I prefer the natural ones, not contrived by not using my resources wisely. And if you don't know what I mean by that, check out the last video I uploaded, Everything Speaks, and see the odd separation of video and audio that's in there. And that's what I mean by natural odd happenings. When recording is the only thing going on, then you know it's not from overusing computer resources. Moving on. I just spoke about how everything in life speaks to us. No doubt some will wonder and appreciate examples and things. Let's see if that will come through. One never knows with these journals, though. They go where they will. As we rise in consciousness, we find the self able to handle paradox, to contain opposites. And they begin to be quite natural. This not knowing, being willing to often say, I don't know, is like magic for that. It really opens things up. It's so unlike mind in the first place, and that helps. Mind is much less likely to be involved when we're getting comfortable with the I don't know. Do you see? Well, I really wanted to do this live, and since the conversion is just finishing, I'll convert here midstream. Okay, so that was all I got written. But the pondering was continuing. See, I think most of you are in heart more than you know. It's words are so not enough. But that's okay because you're not limited to words, and I'm not either. There's a stream of understanding. There's simply understanding within your heart because I'm in there, and that's where I'm speaking to you from. And to the extent that you find yourself centered within, then you're getting, we'll put it this way, it's not good enough, but we'll say you're getting two streams of energy. The one audible and visual, and the other one, it's just there within, it's the knowing. I've heard it said that in a communication like this, the words are used just to keep the mind occupied, to give it something to focus on, while the deeper communication happens within. It's a heart flow. Okay, now my image on the camera is frozen there. I suppose it's still recording my words. There's no reason for this. I have almost nothing open. I'm not even on the internet. Oh well, I'll just go on. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I need to stop and reboot. I'll find that out later. I'm going to go on with this for now. Very strange. I mean, I have 4 gigs of RAM. There's, it's not like there's a lack of processing power here. How funny. Oh, well. This is new. I mean, I even turned off the browser for this one. We'll see. Often there turns out to be serendipity or a message of some sort in the way the computer behaves. And see, that would be something talking to us as well. This is what I mean by life talking to you. I think all of us have noticed serendipitous things, the 1111s, the numbers, the things that keep popping up. And this is part of the conversation. And it's the inside the heart part of us, words, that knows that recognizes that. And it makes us pause. And in that pause, what we're doing is we're centering, believe it or not. We go within and we say, what's that about? Well, the place to check is in the kingdom of heart. Absolutely everything speaks. This is what I mean by that. Whether you see one deer in the field or 3, everything is communicating. And, you can look these things up. The Native Americans, probably indigenous peoples around the world, have deeper understandings. They understand things representing other things. They're heart-centered. That's perhaps the main difference. I don't know. They're a whole lot more sensible than Western man. Supposedly our advanced civilization. Yeah, right. As it crumbles all around us. Well, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. It needs to crumble. I mean, it's been dead. It's been a dead man walking for a long time. And so it's not a bad thing when things that are dead to the core, even evil, like the bankster thing, to see them going down, it's not a bad thing. Now, it's not convenient, it can be really challenging, but part of what we forgot here when we left our throne in the heart is that it's supposed to be fun. It can be fun. It can be enjoyable. Even the inconveniences, all of it. There's a happiness and a contentment that's inside of you, just like it's inside of me. Our insides are really the same, but do everything you can to just keep ignoring what mind says. When you go to centering, the thing to do with mind is just to ignore it. Don't try to suppress it, repress it, argue with it. Don't think it's a bad thing and it shows that you're not well developed. All of that is just gobbledygook, and it doesn't deserve a microsecond of your attention. And so we develop new habits to go with our new life. As frequencies rise, as Mother Earth is going through her changes, it's helping us. It's easier now to be in higher consciousness. A lot of the grid that was placed around this planet and her people is crumbling. It's going down. Their power base has been quite undermined. And, the crystals in the earth have been activated in a new way. I think they've lain dormant sort of for a long time. And they're receiving this increase in frequency, just like you and I are. And it's affecting them, it's affecting us, it's affecting every bit of DNA on the planet. Did you know your DNA emits light? It emits photons. Very interesting. Okay, so the conversation that's ongoing with life. You'll find it, or I'll just say how I find it. I find it not on the surface, but hidden underneath the messages, the comments on my videos, the emails I get, the subjects of things, the things being said are life communing with me. It's not that those people are directly communing with me. It's that life with a capital L is communing with me. Ultimately, we will see it is self communing with self. But if you're not there yet, that's fine. Let's call it life. And so you'll be guided by what people say. And I think we all know to look and see when something is repeated, when a certain focus or emphasis, you find it in a number of comments or messages or whatever. There's something there. Don't look on the surface for it, though. It's your heart that's at work here, that's communing with you. And if you want to hear the conversation, then be in heart with it. That's the heart of intuition and inner knowing, still small voice, all that is within. And that's what it takes, because you're not going to find that mind's superficial. See, mind wants to understand things. It wants to interpret. Well, just the fact that mind wants to interpret tells you that mind is not within the thing. It's on the surface, and it's looking at it, and it's trying to understand it from the outside. Well, that's okay and all. I mean, that's really useful. In certain spaces and places, that's what you need. Not for this. Not for your being. Mind doesn't know anything about that. And so, don't listen to mind's interpretation. Remember the mantra for mind. I'll gentle it down. Mind, you're talking to your own mind here. Mind, you're screwed. And everything you think is just BS. That's from an old journal called Open Letter to Mind. Actually, the first part of the title is Cloud of Knowing. And you can search on that if you like. I'll put a link to it in the quote-unquote transcript on Scribed. There are often links in the transcripts that you won't find in the description field on the video. So, you know, if you're ever curious about something, and sometimes those transcripts, folks, especially for the live videos, the written transcript goes off on its own, and I'm generally not recording those anymore. Even though they're sufficiently different to deserve their own recording, that's the way I used to look at it. These days I figure, hey, it's accessible to you there. All you have to do is click over, and your intuition will guide you to do that. Click on the link, you know, that says transcript or companion text or whatever it says, you know, it's at the top of the description field. Pretty much always. Okay, so life talking to you. Maybe I've said enough about that. I mean, you all have your own hearts. You can go within and begin to listen to this conversation. It seems I have something else here. What is it? Is it so completely different that it's just off track with that? Well, I'm not finding it. It's like there's a stream that flows, and the words are an easy translation of it. And then all of a sudden there's just a silence. There are sensations in heart especially that, you know, sometimes I read those. But when the words stop, It's time to stop the video. Good day.